Today, we are continuing to simulate until the Charlotte Hornets win the NBA Finals. Now, for those of you who watched all of the first part, you already know, but we are now in year number 16 of the sim. We made multiple finals appearances, many conference finals appearances, but we were never able to get the ring, mainly because the Oklahoma City Thunder were the most insane team we've ever seen. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into year number 16. Here is the squad for year number 16. Not great. We're old and low overall. That doesn't really mesh well. LaMelo's our best player. He's 37, 85 overall. He's got 2 years left on his deal before, to be honest, he probably retires. Same with Mark Williams, 36, 2 years left on his deal. But to be honest, I don't know how high of overalls these AI players can reach. So I don't know if we're just going to be the league of 85 overalls being the best. But we'll go ahead and see. This dude, I believe, won MVP at the end of year number 15, and he goes back to back. And Wemby is still continuing his streak of DPOYs. It is now up to 16 consecutive. He has never not won DPOY while being in the league. For us, though, it was an awful year. We were horrible. We were the 15 seed. I think we only won like 20, 25 games. Western Conference Finals MVP Mo Floyd, 26, 4-4. Darius Garland, still in the league, surprisingly. Eastern Conference Finals MVP, 22, 1-8. Jazz Cavs Finals, and the Jazz win in 5 games. Mo Floyd also wins Finals MVP, averaging 37 and 4, 1.2 blocks per game, and 50, 40, 90. All right, here we are in year number 17. LaMelo Ball down to an 83 overall. Mark Williams also the same. We did get a very high draft pick. Now, who we picked, I'm not sure, because again, I do not have control over this. I'm going to assume it's one of these guys down here. Yeah, this is not great. Let's go ahead and get your 17 underway. Lindemann wins MVP for, I believe, the 3rd consecutive year. And he also wins DPOY. Wemby's streak is over at 16 years. For those of you that are curious about how good our team did, that's your answer. 14 and 68, 14 games behind 14th. We are awful. Abram Landry, Western Conference Finals MVP, and Thomas Price, Eastern Conference Finals MVP. Knicks Clippers Finals, actually like a battle like 2 cursed teams. And the Knicks take it in 7 games. Thomas Price Finals MVP, 14, 6 and 6, 2.5 steals per game. And we are on to year number 18. And look at that, the squad is completely different. LaMelo Ball is gone. Mark Williams is gone. And anybody that we can remember in the NBA is gone off this Hornets team. It is now full of AI-generated players. The team is definitely making improvements. We're definitely getting slightly better. It's good to see like 22, 24, 25-year-olds that are 75 overalls rather than them being, 30. All right, here we go. Year number 18 underway. Lindemann wins his 4th consecutive MVP. No surprise there. Wemby is back in DPOY. He has now won 17 of 18, but he was unfortunately unable to keep the streak last year. For our Charlotte Hornets, though, it was a much improved season. We go from only winning 14 games last year all the way up to being the 6th seed. We have a young team. We have a building team. I'm not expecting to win the finals this year, but this was definitely a good sign. Out of the play-in in the East, Orlando and Miami in the West, Minnesota and Houston. Boston versus Charlotte in the first round. Go down 2-0, and we get swept. Like I said, wasn't expecting to do much there. What can you do? Julian Jeffries, Western Conference Finals MVP. Drebo Christopher, Eastern Conference Finals MVP. Blazers, Celtics Finals, and the Celtics take it. So we did lose to the eventual champs. Drebo Christopher wins Finals MVP along with Eastern Conference Finals MVP. 26, 6 and 4 for him. That is year 18 done. A much improved year, and we are on to year number 19. All right, here's the squad for year number 19. It is very similar to the one we have last year. Everybody is slowly improving. We now are up to 580 overalls again. We've got a couple high 70s down there. A very young team outside of Knox. He's really the only old guy we have, but we've got his replacement right here in Eddie Sessions. The team did pretty good last year. I think we are due for another improvement, just slowly but surely get it right up to eventually winning those finals. Lindemann wins MVP for the 5th consecutive year, 26, 13 and 4, 1.3, 1.0. Victor Wembanyama, DPOY, once again, 18, 10, 5, 1.3, 1.9. And your Charlotte Hornets had a tough year once again. We are the 9 seed, though. We are at least in the play-in, granted barely. 1 game away from elimination. Here we go. And we have been eliminated. We lose to the Miami Heat. We did actually make it past the Orlando Magic, but we ended up losing in that second play-in game. Clarence Mills, Western Conference Finals MVP for the Rockets. Drebo Christopher, Eastern Conference Finals MVP, back-to-back years. Rockets, Celtics Finals. And the Celtics go back-to-back. Drebo Christopher goes back-to-back Finals MVPs, 23, 7, 5.5. We are officially into year number 20. We have now moved up to 7 80 overall as the team continues to slowly get better. Yeah, looks like we got some nice draft picks, though. We got Patrick Elliott, Dave Green, and Dante White, some young players. Hopefully you have a little bit of potential over there on the back of the bench. Let's go ahead and get your number 20 underway. Lindemann wins MVP for the 6th consecutive year, and Eddie Fuller, we have a new DPOY. It was Wemby and Lindemann. We finally have a new one, Eddie Fuller. He averaged 1 steal and 2 blocks per game. For the Hornets, it was another very mediocre year. We did get slightly better. We still were below 500, but we are the 7th seed at least. So we've got 2 chances to make our way into the playoffs and give ourselves at least a chance to win the finals. And we go 0-2 at home, lose to Atlanta at home, and we lose to the Knicks at home. That is absolutely brutal. Jeffries, Western Conference Finals MVP. Christopher goes for his 3rd straight Eastern Conference Finals MVP. Celtics, Blazers Finals. The Celtics lose. They go to their 3rd straight finals, but this time they end up losing to Julian Jeffries and the Portland Trailblazers, 18-6-6 for him. And we move on to year number 21. All right, here's the squad for year number 21. 5 guys over 80, all 82 plus. Our depth did get a little bit worse, but we did get some higher overall players. I like Evan Washington, 82 overall at 24 years old. I like Edmund Kennedy, 85 overall at 25. I like the squad we've built here. The bench is what worries me, but we'll go ahead and see what we can do. Lindemann does it again, winning MVP, and he also wins his 2nd Defensive Player of the Year. The Hornets had a very good year. We were about 15 to 20 games over 500. I believe we were 18 games over 500. Very, very good year for us. Out of the play-in in the East, Washington and Atlanta in the West, Minnesota and Dallas. Charlotte versus Orlando. This matchup has not happened in like 10 years in this sim. And they take game 1, take game 2, take game 3, and we get swept out of the playoffs once again. So we have not won a playoff game in, I think, 7 years. I think 7 years we have gone winless. Jerome Temple, Western Conference Finals MVP. Christopher, his 4th consecutive Eastern Conference Finals MVP. Celtics, Nuggets Finals. And the Celtics almost choke a big lead, but they do not. They go for their 3rd championship in 4 years and their 4th straight finals appearance. True about Christopher, 31, 8, and 6, 1.1, 1.3. All right, here's the squad for year number 22. Edmund Kennedy still here. Gary Kane still here. Tyron Mayer, now 34 years old, up to an 85 overall. Team is looking good. We have about the same amount of 80 pluses as we did last year, or 82 pluses for this team, but our depth did get slightly better. We now have some 78s and 79s hidden there rather than all 75s. I like this team heading into year number 22. Todd Griffin is back. He has not won an MVP in, I think, 7 or 8 years. Somehow he is still at the top of his game, though. 25, 10, and 5 for him. And a new Defensive Player of the Year, Isaac Townsend, 27, 12, 5.5, 1.2, 1.9 for him. And the Hornets are the 5 seed, basically right where we were last year. Out of the play-in in the East, Cleveland and Miami in the West, San Antonio and Memphis. Can we finally win a playoff game for the first time since we've come back to the sim? We finally win one. We break the streak. We take one on the road against Chicago, 2-2. Crucial game 5, and they take it. Season on the line, and we make it. Game 7 against the Chicago Bulls. Gotta hop into Simcast here. 41 seconds to go, 2-point game. Bulls ball down 2, 41 seconds to go. We are with our all AI generated team here in game 7 of the first round. It's a Reese for 3, and he hits it. Are you fucking serious? Can we get out of the first round? Driving in, gives it off to Roy, fades away, and it rims out. 117 and 118. Crucial free throws right here for Meeks. Sinks the first. Good free throw by the looks of it. And he sinks the second. We'll take a timeout. 22 seconds to go. We need a 3. Here we go. Kane to inbound. Washington driving in. Kicks out. Open 3 for Roy. And he fucking misses it. He misses the wide open 3. Oh my God. He misses the first. 91% he misses the first. We have no timeouts. He sinks the second. You have to get the ball up and get a quick shot. Washington's going up. He's probably going to be... He kicks out to Evans for 3. Cash! Oh my God. 120, 121. Got a foul on the inbound here. And we do. Weber again to the free throw line. Makes it. He does have a good free throw. We just got lucky with him missing that one last time. Second free throw is up. And it is good. 3-point game. 8 seconds on the clock. No timeouts. We need a 3. Washington bringing it up. Gives out Evans for 3 again. He hits it! They leave Evans open twice in a row, and he cashes both 3s. 3.8 seconds on the clock. Bulls ball. Porter to inbound. Gets it into Weber. 3 seconds to go. Gets the shot up. And are you fucking serious? Are you fucking serious right now, dude? There's actually no way. That is in game 7 too. After all that, we fucking lose. Julian Jeffries, Western Conference Finals MVP. Jeffrey Baker, Eastern Conference Finals MVP. Blazers Heat Finals. And the Heat win. Keith Whitehead wins Finals MVP, 25, 4, and 8 for him, 1.4 steals a game. All right, here we are in year number 23. The squad remains pretty much the exact same. A couple low to mid 80 overalls with some depth. We do have a little bit of better depth than we did last year. But here we go. Let's go ahead and get year number 23 underway. Once again, the most valuable player, and he also wins his 3rd defensive player of the year for the Hornets. Not a great year. We are the 9 seed. Take steps forward and then immediately take them right back. Let's go ahead and sim through the play-in. We actually do win our game against Milwaukee, so we now face off against the Orlando Magic with a chance to make it into the playoffs, and we do not. We get eliminated. Brendan Rollins, Western Conference Finals MVP, and Jeffrey Baker, Eastern Conference Finals MVP. Grizzlies Heat Finals. And the Grizzlies win the championship. Brendan Rollins, Finals MVP, 21, 3, and 8 for him. All right, welcome to year number 24. Here's the squad. Actually, our best squad in years. Like, not even joking, our best squad in years. We have 8 80 overall players. We have 85, 84, 83, 82, 81, and 80. No excuse this year. We should 100% be at least a mid to a high seed and make the playoffs. Here we go, year number 24. We have a new MVP, Isaac Townsend. We saw him win Defensive Player of the Year a couple years ago. This time, it's MVP. We have Ryan Cox, who wins Defensive Player of the Year, 1.1, 1.9 for him. And your Charlotte Hornets finally had a good season. We are the 2 seed. Out of the play-in in the East, Washington and Indy. In the West, Dallas and the Lakers. Charlotte versus Indiana. We played them, I think, 3 times in the last, 2-3 weeks of the season. We beat them every time. Split the first 2, 2-2. Need this game 5, and we take it. 1 win away from our first series win of part 2. We have not won a series in, I think, 10 years, and we make it through. We finally get that series win, and we face off against the 6-seeded Atlanta Hawks in the second round. We split the first 2. Down 3-1. Need a 3-1 comeback to stay alive. It's not going to happen. Isaac Townsend, the MVP, makes it to the finals as a play-in, and Lindemann now wins Eastern Conference Finals MVP. I don't think he really had much playoff success before this, so good for him. Sixers, wait, what? Oh, the Lakers lost. I thought they won. Townsend won Conference Finals MVP while losing. That's actually ridiculous. Yeah, Sixers, Kings, Finals, and the Kings take it, led by Byron Hall, 18, 2, and 6 for him. It is time to move on to year number 25. Here's the squad for year number 25. We just get basically slightly worse. We keep our group of mid 80 overalls and then a couple low 80 overalls with half decent depth. Can actually make some noise this year and not only do good in the regular season but also do well in the postseason in year number 25. Isaac Townsend, MVP once again, and he also wins DPOY. He is starting to take over the league. We are the 2 seed for the 2nd consecutive year. Out of the play-in in the East, Miami and New York. In the West, San Antonio and New Orleans. We face off against the 7-seeded New York Knicks. Quickly go up 2-0. 2-2. Need this game 5 at home. We take it, and we are through. A little bit more stressful than I would have liked, but we do end up making it through, and we face off against the 3-seeded Philadelphia 76ers, who also had trouble in their first-round matchup against the 6-seeded Milwaukee Bucks. Should be a good series here. Hopefully we can get to our first conference finals in a long time as we quickly lose the first 2 games. 3-0, and we're sent home again. Jerome Temple, Western Conference Finals MVP. Lindemann, Eastern Conference Finals MVP. Nuggets, Sixers Finals. Sixers win the finals, led by Finals MVP and multiple-time MVP DPOY. Once again, 27, 14, and 6 for him. And we move on to year number 26. And here is our squad for year number 26. At least that's good. We've got a young squad up and coming, as you can see, with a couple of these guys who we presumably have drafted the last couple of years. Been the 2 seed back-to-back years. Finally take that leap forward and make the conference finals. Isaac Townsend, another MVP and a new DPOY. How did he win that? For the Hornets, nobody cares. We don't even have to talk about what happened this year. Yeah, we were the 13th seed, 14th seed, one of the 2. Very bad year, 20 games below 500. Jeffrey Patton, Western Conference Finals MVP, and Lindemann, another Eastern Conference Finals MVP. Lakers, Sixers Finals. And the Sixers come back down 2-0 to take the finals, led, of course, by Jamario Lindemann, the greatest player of all time, Philly legend. 24.5, 9.5, 5.7. Oh my god, do we have the squad? Could this actually be the year? Year number 27. Here is the squad. This is the best squad we have had in a long time. Maybe not as good of depth as we had on that team a couple years ago. We had 880 overalls, but this team has 680 overalls, including 385 pluses, something we have not had since the LaMelo Ball, Brandon Miller days. This is the best squad we've had in a long time. Can year number 27 finally be the year? Isaac Townsend, another MVP for him, and also another DPOY. For the Hornets, we started out very good. We were the 2 seed fighting for the 1 seed for quite some time. A little slow end to the year puts us at the 4 seed, though. Out of playing in the East, Chicago and Toronto in the West, Sacramento and Memphis. Facing off against the Pacers in round number 1, we quickly go up 2-0, 2-1, 2-2, 3-2. Needed that. 1 game away. Game 7. Here we go. We're in another Game 7 in the first round as the 4 seed. This time, we don't even have to worry. We absolutely dominate. Henderson goes for 31, 10, and 5. Washington 25, 2, and 8. Move on to round number 2, and we are facing off against the number 1 seeded Miami Heat. They go up 2-0. 2-1. We are eliminated once again. We just cannot get over the hump, man, no matter what seed we are. Townsend, Western Conference Finals MVP. Jeffrey Baker, Eastern Conference Finals MVP. Heat Lakers Finals, a rematch of 2020. And the Lakers once again win in 6 games. Isaac Townsend Finals MVP, 30, 12, 6.8, 2 steals, and 1.8 blocks. Unbelievable from him. And we now head to year number 28. The squad is virtually the exact same. The squad really has not changed much as we do enter year number 28 here. Didn't mount anything last couple of years though, so hopefully this can be the year we get over the hump. Isaac Townsend wins another MVP and also another DPOY. The Hornets are the 3 seed, a seed we have not been in this entire part 2 of this sim. Out of the plane in the East, Indiana and Chicago in the West, New Orleans and Denver. We face off against Philly. They had Lindemann for a long time. Do not know if he's still there. Have not seen him for the last couple years. But hopefully we are able to get through Philly here in round 1. Unless we go up 2-0, 2-2, 3-2. Oh, God. Another Game 7 in round 1. 1 point game. We got to jump in. Here we are. We are back in Game 7 in round 1, just like we were about 10 years ago. We're facing off against the Philadelphia 76ers. They are down by 1, and they are now up by 1 as he sinks a 100% smothered layup. Down by 1, 28 seconds to go. We are out of timeouts. Mayo inbounding, gets it into Washington. Still here after all these years. He gets a screen. He's got an open look. Does not hit it. Mayo with the rebound. Out to Henderson. He doesn't take the 3. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Driving in. Kicks off to Mayo. He gets it. We take the lead with 7.5 seconds to go. Philadelphia ball. No timeouts. 7.5 seconds. They need a bucket. They get it into Underwood. Underwood driving in. Kicks out. Lindemann for 3. No good. And we win and we advance. We make up for the Game 7 loss from years ago, and we get a win of our own. Dale Henderson, 21, 6, and 4. Tugay Burke, 20, 11, and 2. And we're going to meet up with the 2-seeded Boston Celtics, who also went to 7 games against the 7-seeded Chicago Bulls. We split the first 2. We go up 3-1, 3-2. And we are into the conference finals for the first time in part 2. 8 wins away from the challenge being over in year 28. Facing off against the 4-seeded Detroit Pistons, who knocked off the number 1 seed Miami Heat. We have home court advantage. We take game 1. Take game 2. 3-1. And we are back in the finals. We are back in the finals. Evan Washington Jr. He stuck around for, I think, 10 years. 27, 5, and 6 for him. 1.4 steals. Isaac Townsend, 25, 13, and 7. And we face off against the Lakers. I believe for the first time, we are finally not facing the Thunder in the finals. Can year number 28 finally be the year they take game 1? We go down 2-0, 2-1, 2-2 in the biggest game 5 of the entire sim. And we take it. We are 1 win away once again. We were 1 win away against the Oklahoma City Thunder about 20 years ago. And we finally have a chance to break our curse and win the finals. Hop in a Simcast. We finally have done it. We are up 9 with 40 seconds to go. We're going to be able to do it in front of our own fans here at Spectrum Center. Oh my God. And we knock off the multiple time MVP, finals MVP champion, Isaac Townsend. Look at him running down the court. Misses the layup, but it doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter. They'll take the 3. It's no good. And we can celebrate. We have finally done it. It took 4.5 hours of footage. It took 28 years. But the Charlotte Hornets are NBA champions. Oh my God. We send Townsend home, the MVP of the league. Oh, look at the boys. Washington gets to celebrate. He stuck with us through some of the worst years we had in the entire sim. And we finally get to lift the trophy. Our finals MVP, Evan Washington Jr. 19, 4, 6.5, 2.5 steals per game, 48% from the field, 44% from three. All you have to do is wait until the year 2051, Charlotte. That is the year, the 2050-2051 season, the first championship will come to Charlotte. Here's the squad that did it. Dale Henderson, Evan Washington Jr., Tugay Burek, Grant Ellis, Gilbert McGee, Dave Green, Reed Watkins, Sammy Dixon, Jim Westbrook, and Carlton Mayo. A full squad of AI-generated players. If you guys made it to the end of this video, if you guys made it to the end of the first video or both, thank you guys so much. I know these videos were not short, and it was a lot of losing, so thank you guys so much. If you want to come hang out with me while I make videos like this, be sure to check out my Twitch, WordyBoss30YT. I'll put it up on the screen right now. I make all my videos are there, so if you want to come hang out, talk basketball, talk whatever you want in the chat, come do it there. I will be live basically once or twice a week while I make these videos. Also, if you want to follow on more NBA content, maybe my opinion on the NBA, following the NBA a little more, be sure to go check out my TikTok. It is just WordyBoss30, same as the YouTube. I'll put it on the screen right now. Both my Twitch and my TikTok will be linked in the description. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to give it a like. It really is very helpful for the channel. Be sure to subscribe for more content like this and turn on the bell so you can be one of the first people to see the new videos. And as always, if you have any ideas of sims or trades or whatever you want me to do, be sure to leave a comment down below. Any idea is welcome, and I'll be sure to throw it into a video. Once again, if you made it to the end, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.